Hi guys, welcome back to another demo. Today I have for you this SMC Laguna 2 ceiling fan. And first of all, I just want to say thank you guys so much for 100,000 views on this channel. That's absolutely incredible. This channel has probably been around for like 8 or 9 months now, and the amount of support it's gotten already is just incredible. So thank you guys so much. I actually am re-recording this fan, especially just to say this because I felt like this is something I should address. Because that's pretty major. I'm really glad that you guys seem to enjoy what I put out on here. You know, I never thought that this hobby would take this route. I've always seen YouTube channels doing this stuff, but I just never really thought that I would be someone to get into it as much as I have. But yeah, without further ado, we might as well just get into demoing this fan. This is in brown, and as you know, this was new in box. Of course, you're going to know a lot about this already. Well, you're going to know some of the backstory behind it because literally the video introducing it just went up yesterday. I'll just show you here while I'm up. There is the box for it, and then the manuals are just sitting on the table there so they don't get all bent. Here's a close-up of the fan as well. I really do like the brown finish. My only complaint is that the blades feel pretty cheap. I'm not too happy with the blade quality, but everything else on this fan is pretty good. So, you know, that's all right. There we go. Let me just reposition this. Okay, let me go ahead and plug my test rig in. I literally just got home, and I want to get this video up as soon as possible, so I didn't totally prepare for this, but there we go. I'll start by turning it on low. I like that when you pull on this fan's chain, it stays pretty steady in the mounting bracket. Some fans don't do that. They like move around or get a little crooked, but this one doesn't. So anyways, the Laguna line was started in the mid-70s, and that one was a little more ornate, and it had the variable speed control, and it had many more finish options than just brown and white. And then next up, we had this version here, which is 3-speed electrically reversible, mainly just brown and white. They also changed the blade arms to be not so ornate. I actually quite like this one. And here they did keep the cast switch housing and the motor housing, or I'll just say the motor size is the same. Then the next version, they kept the motor size the same, but they changed the switch housing to stamped, and they changed the blades. Next up, they shrunk the motor, and then I think they shrunk it a little more. Or maybe they made it bigger. I'll have to take a look. But yeah, that's a quick little rundown of the history of these things. I do actually quite like this one. I really like any of the Lagunas with the stamps, or not the stamp, but the cast switch housing. I really like the way the cast switch housings look. I'm gonna go ahead now and turn the fan up to medium speed. My one complaint is that low and medium are kind of slow on this fan, and all of a sudden you just get to high and it's like a tornado. But, oh well, it still moves decent air on all speeds. It's just a little funny. Medium is okay, but like both low and medium just seem a little bit slow for a 36-inch fan. I can appreciate that they regulated the speeds, but with a fan that works more off of speed than pitch, like this one here, that isn't always the best thing to do. But I don't really care. I just like the way this fan looks mainly. If I wasn't sort of under the predicament of I can't really switch out major fans in the house that often, I wouldn't mind putting this one where the north wind is. I was originally going to do that with the Georgian. Obviously now it's fixed and I still couldn't do that, but with this fan I'd probably prefer this one over the Georgian. I think the Georgian's kind of ugly, and I'm pretty sure one manufacturer, I think it was Home Depot, Dan was saying that they thought it was too ugly to be sold, and that fan is kind of ugly, but I like the Lagunas way more. The Lagunas look way better than the Georgian, and the Georgian's definitely sort of ripped off of that design. I'm going to go ahead now and turn the fan up to high speed. It's got a little bit of a shake on high, but I think that's just because how fast it is. This is definitely the fastest fan I own. And it's not really a wobble as much as it is just a little bit of a shake or a vibration. But yeah, now while the fan's very fast, it's definitely not as good as the north wind, which has a bit more of a pitch to it that definitely helps that move more air, and the some of the other little fans I've tested as well. It's probably, out of like I think I've got like 5 36 inch type fans. The Sigma's the worst. The Georgian's the second worst. This one's probably third. I think the Cabana's probably fourth, and the Northwind is fifth. Oh, I don't know if I was saying that, but the higher the number, the better the fan. The lower the number, the worse it is. I don't even know if I said that right, but whatever. You get the point. This fan flies. It's definitely my fastest fan. Oh, one other thing I want to mention. When they went over to the Laguna 2 like this, they also switched over to ball socket instead of... I'm not too sure whether they use J-hooks or claw mounts. I'm not too sure. But yeah, they also did that when they switched over to this model here. Personally, though, I do quite like this one. And doesn't have that much noise to it. Obviously, there's a little hum, but it's not that bad. This is definitely one of the decent SMC products. A lot of the SMCs I have aren't really new, so they're not that terrible. The newer they got, the worse they got. The last Laguna they made, let's see, what channel was it? Charles S. He has one of those. He has one of the last Lagunas, and those fans are absolutely abysmal. Like, they are terrible. The blades are thin. The motor's tiny as heck. Probably one of the worst fans made. But these older Lagunas, they do pretty good. And, yeah, I mean, if I see one of the really new Lagunas and it's free, I'm going to take it. But I'm not going to spend much money. I wouldn't spend much money on a new Laguna or really any newish SMC unless it was for somebody else and they were going to pay me back. I like the older SMC products up to about 92, 93. And the main fans I like that. I'm not too sure when they got rid of the Diamond Crystal model or whatever it was actually called, but that's probably one of probably the latest SMC product that I like. I mean, I like mine quite a bit, but yeah, that's about all I've got for this this fan here. I want to say another big thank you for helping me reach 100,000 views. And we are getting fairly close to 200 subscribers as well. So thank you guys for all the support. And I will see you soon. Oh, I am taking a trip which takes me close to a restore. I usually don't go to restores. This is the one time I do. Last time I got that new in-box Prominence. I'm going to go back there, see if they've got anything. They don't get a lot of lighting, and they don't sell a lot of lighting, and obviously fans as well. Can't make any guarantees, but they usually have a decent selection of glass, so I'll see if there's anything there I want to buy. I'm kind of praying they've got something that might work for my crayon fan, because as you know, that shade broke. But, yeah, if there is a new fan that I end up buying, I will obviously make a video about it. With summer coming up, we might be seeing some things. Usually, though, when I see more fans being gotten rid of is after the summer season, and that's been especially true for the cleanups I've been to. But yeah, that's enough rambling from me here. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.